What's up guys, LegomationStudio here with another Bionicle Classic review? Well, here's the thing guys, before we head on to the Barraki, now I was getting complaints and people were saying these aren't even classic because they were technically only released like 5-6 years ago. Now, I would argue and say the definition of classic is much different than that, and I think any Bionicle set, because they aren't on the shelves anymore, is considered classic. But seeing as the Barraki is heading into pretty much close to where I started reviewing, which was 2008, and this is 2007, I'm just decided that I'm going to, and this is one of the factors why I'm going to review the Barraki separate. Here's another thing. The Barraki are all very different. Now, they aren't like the Toa and Nika even, or the Pridak, where they all have something similar. Like, the only really thing that stays the same with the Barraki are like their eyes and their claw teeth. But the builds are all different. The weapons are all different. The whole functions and the colors are very different in each Barraki. So I think having reviewed each Barraki in one video would have resulted in like an hour, 2-hour video. And it would have been way too long for me to upload to YouTube. So I've decided I'm going to review each Barraki separately in the old classic fashion that I've been doing before, because I feel like you guys might have missed that. I'll open it up, dock out the contents, and see what we get for our money. Anyways, before we head on to the Barraki, you may have noticed the carpet has changed again. Well, you know, like I told you, we are moving around constantly on this tour, and this is the best carpet that I was able to find next to the last hotel that we stayed at, which was a couple days ago. We are now in Wyoming, Jackson, Wyoming. We've gone through Idaho, we've been to Salt Lake City, Utah. We've been all around. So I'm just trying really hard to get these reviews out to you guys. So let's start with the Barraki review of Pridak. Now, as I said before, the Barraki are so different and special, but what was also awesome about them was because 2006 was such an enticing storyline that I was really at the age where I was, 7th grade, and I started to be able to make my own money and go out and buy sets as soon as possible, and I could buy the books and read the story. Bionicle was just getting overloaded with awesome details, and so the Barraki just added to that awesomeness, and it was underwater. That was another cool thing. We had never been underwater before, so this underwater city, under Voyanui actually, was what we found out. Was even more badass and more awesome. Alright, but let's take a look at Pridak himself. Now, the canister that they released was just a totally new, different style. We'd had canisters in circles, canisters in ovals with the Nika, and now we were given kind of blocks or rocks. So, as you can see, it's kind of in a canister shape. It's not really circular, but let's kind of go over it. So, on the front, we have Bionicle Barraki, and it's funny, the eye kind of looks like an L. My friend Yoni used to call them Barackle, but they're Barraki. We see Pridak shooting a squid ammo. We get the city in the background with some bubbles. 7 through 16-year-olds, 47 pieces, and I believe these guys were still at a $9.99 price range, so just 10 bucks. Then Lego, www.bionicle.com, and for the bottom rock we have in white, and is that just kind of like black lines through it, but mostly white. Now these canisters are cool because they are clear. On the sides, we have cracks, like cracks in rock surfaces in like the bottom of the ocean floor, but then we also have bubbles all around. And so the texture is really fun to touch. On this other side too, we have the same design. And on the top, we have more cracks and then more bubbles. Very cool. The rock is also very cool. It's very rocky and, I don't know, very awesome. They're stackable too, so you could stack this on top of another one, so very cool. On the back, we have all the other Barraki displayed. Takadox, Kalma, Karpar, Mantax, and Elik. And then right here we have Pridak in the function of shooting the squid ammo and then showing how you can fit him into his canister. We have the Kanoka Club. It's funny, they were still calling it the Kanoka Club, even though Kanoka discs weren't being used anymore. We have his name. You could enter it and see his bio and play a game. It was really fun. But that's what we get for the box. Now let's open it up, dock out the contents, and see what we get for our money. Alright, we just simply take off the lid like so. Let's pour out the pieces. Awesome. Alright, is that all of it? Good. So quickly, let's just take a look at the instruction booklet. Are we in the camera frame there? Like the Nika, they have it in a weird way where you have to kind of look at it like this. But you will open it up. This is kind of what they had. They had The background of Mari Nui with bubbles, very cool, kind of so you can build on. Alright. We get to the end, they don't have the combiner model displayed. You'd have to go like online or in a magazine, I think. All the Barraki here are shown and how you can buy separate squid ammo. And it's funny, the squid ammo were actually translucent blue. They weren't all this orange and green that we were given with the Barraki. Then Club, How to Win Lego, Legoland, and then an advertise for Bionicle 2, Bionicle Heroes. It was the second Bionicle full like 3D game that was kind of similar to the Mask of Light game we had gotten, but now it took place in Voyanui. It really was not canon to the storyline though, which is a complaint by fans, but it's still fun and the music is awesome. It's like dun 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 dun. Okay. People know it. You can search it. It's like one of the most watched Bionicle videos ever. It's just the soundtrack. It's kind of interesting. And then we have Bionicle.com. The website is displayed. Yeah, so Anika versus Paraka, the year we had before. But, you know, Paraka are gone. They're now just spineless slugs. So it's time for the Barraki. Let's take a look at all of our pieces now. So we get the classic Barraki squid launcher. That was kind of the main piece, main weapon for that year. As you could see, you could fit a squid here and pull it back and it would launch. So an interesting kind of weapon. We have squid to go with that. Just tell me, cameraman, if I'm in the frame or not. Is it like right here?
Yeah.
All right. Let's take a look at the mask. Now the mask isn't really a mask. It's kind of really just a head, because on the back you can see that it's just two axle places to put pieces. So it's still a head, but it's not really a mask, because these guys were kind of warlord creatures. Now it looks really awesome. It's kind of a shark look, because that's the idea. He's supposed to represent a shark. It has kind of a round axon face with two fins going down and up, but more elongated and more fin looking, kind of like a fish would look. So very, very cool. And then his color scheme, of course, being white and red, and you have a lot of red on his mouth. Maybe he's been eating blood and stuff. Blood! Yeah, so that's what it looks like. Very weird looking. It's kind of like he has cherries all over his mouth, whatever. But that's kind of what they did for his face design. It's all red on his mouth. Let's take a look at just some more pieces. These are the new blades that we released that year. They're for Pridak. They kind of have... They're double-sided blades. We got one, or double-pointed, I guess, double-edged. We have one shorter side here. They're tipped with red, and as we get in, we kind of meld red and white. That kind of looks kind of pink, and then moves on to more white, and then red tipped at this tip as well. So very cool. We have some holes in it and some little niches in there. It's very interesting to note the very tips are rubber, because I guess people were complaining of them either breaking or people actually getting hurt. So they're rubber on the end, so it's kind of cheap and annoying. And, I mean, you guys probably know, but the squid launcher is rubber as well. Alright, so we get 3 of those. Very cool. Then we have Pridak's cool feet that we got that year. They're very long and razor sharp looking. They kind of have toes, like 3 toes at the tip, and then a way elongated heel that kind of has 3 edges as well. 2 circles here. Then we have an axle piece in there. Stupid car in the background. Anyways, we got 2 of those. I'm trying to talk really loud over that stupid sound in the background right now. Gah! Oh, so interesting though. Those are really... Oh wait, we should finish. There are 2 other new pieces as well. The claws, not really claws, the mouth teeth jaw pieces that we got for all the Barraki kind of have these extra pieces, but it's kind of weird because he already has a mouth. He's just got extra teeth. But they released these little pincers for all the Barraki, and they're kind of bendy like so. They got some pistons in here with some niches. Very cool teeth looking. Awesome. So we get 2 of those because, you know, he needs both sides of his mouth. Then the rest of the pieces are pretty much reused pieces, but very cool. It's kind of interesting to note. We have 2 Toanuva limbs in white. We have 2 Rakshi limbs in black. Some double Toametru, double socket limbs in white. Some more pieces in spears, little daggers.
That's out of the screen.
Okay, 2 little daggers. Is this in screen?
Yeah.
2 little daggers in white. two Hordika torso pieces in black, and then just some more Technic pieces, Hordika head pieces. We'll go over that when we take a look at his build. Oh yeah, and all the Barraki that year were released with these Lego eyeball pieces. And I don't know if they were brand new for the Bionicle or if they'd used them in Lego sets previously, but they were new for me to use, and you'd place them inside of the head and give it the kind of translucent eye look without having to have like little things to put in the back of a head. It was just two little pieces, very clear, saved Lego a lot of money on translucent pieces. So awesome. We're going to quit recording here. I'm going to take out the manual and I'm going to build it for you guys in fast motion like we used to do before. All right. What's up? Okay, now we have finished Pridak. And I must say he's an awkward set. I really forgot how weird he is. But let's just kind of go over building experience. Building experience was fast. You're not given any normal torsos like a Nika builds, so it's very different. As you can see, we used two Hordika torso pieces that are kind of in between, interspliced in his body, just kind of two of them, with Hordika head pieces as the main connector between both torsos. So that's an interesting way to make this set that Lego did, but we'll go over that when we take a closer look at it. But overall, average building experience, not anything too big, but it was a little new because it wasn't similar to like the Nika build or the Barraki build even. So, alright, let's take a look at Pridak himself and kind of explain those issues I'm talking about. First off, the build makes this hard to review. You want to know why? Because one of the spears that we were given just kind of sticks back there, and it's hard for him to sit up this way. I'm sure standing him up and stuff, it's fine. This is kind of just a side view, but it is kind of a nuisance to have that sticking out there. Another issue, this is the way his body is built. Can we zoom in there, cameraman? So this is his body. As you can see, two Hordika torsos with a neck piece, Hordika neck piece kind of connecting the whole thing together. And so he just kind of wobbles around awkwardly, and there's really no stability to Pridak. And so that's kind of his downfall, but he's supposed to kind of swim like a shark, so having his feet just kind of, go back, and wherever he swims, they'll kind of move like that is probably okay. But for a set to kind of play with, it's kind of awkward. But let's kind of go from the ground up and take a look. So as you can see, this is how the feet were made. I'll reposition myself. The Rakshi limbs are attached to white Tometri double socket limbs, and you got his feet there. Very cool. The long piece points backwards, and these are the tip of his feet. As you move upward, they attach the Hordika head piece and the Hordika torso that attach to two Toamata hands that connect both to his upper shoulders and his head. Because his head's first, we'll take a look at that. It connects to two of his pincers right there, as you can see. And the way they attached his head was very simple. We had those two pieces in back that would point downwards and go right onto his teeth, or his pincers. We'll call them pincers, Barraki pincers, like so. So you can move them like that. And then, the two blue pieces go there. Very cool. As far as his shoulders go, we have one of these attached on his back, like I told you, kind of awkward. The two daggers are placed on the side on his shoulders. Then outward we have the two Tometri pieces that attach to two Toanuva limbs in white, and then attached to his hand. On his right hand, we have just one of the spears pointing with the smaller piece going in front, And in the instruction booklet, we actually have 2 places to put squid ammo, but the one here is missing. It's just another one of these little Lego pieces in a squid ammo. I didn't pack it, I guess, when I was packing up. But he would place the squid ammo in a little Lego claw piece there, and you would just kind of sit there, and there were 2, and they would just sit there. Very cool. For his left hand, it's the same build, except once we get up here, we use a Technic piece or a Turaga hand piece that attaches to another one of the spears, the shorter dagger pointing forward, and then on top of the Mata hand we have a squid shooter, squid launcher with a rubber little piece that you can hold like that. So very cool look to him, but as far as build, it's just very awkward. As you can see, I'm having trouble just kind of positioning him in general. His torso is all screwed up and his arms and legs just kind of flail all over the place. So really poor build. But I get that Bionicle was trying to do something new. I do want to kind of take a look at the squid. Can we focus on it? Yeah, this is the squid. Just kind of has its teeth, 2 eyes on the side, and a ribs that go downward. We have 2 little fins on the bottom and 1 on the top.
What? You're not...
2 little fins on the bottom, 1 on the top. Here, you got it? Sorry, cameraman.
Okay, yeah.
Got it? All right. So that's what the squid ammo look like. But as for Pridak, you can post in the comments section, did you really like him? The Barraki altogether, I would give them, of course, 5 out of 5, 10 out of 10, but because I'm reviewing them separately, I will give them separate ratings. And for Pridak, I would give him like a 3.5 out of 5. Not my favorite of the Barraki. Now, apparently he is the leader, if I'm not mistaken. I don't think it was Kalma. I don't think it was Elik. It could have been Takadox. I think Takadox and Pridak were kind of battling it out because Takadox is supposed to be really old. I mean, they're all kind of old, and they're all kind of their own characters. It's like the Paraka, basically. There isn't exactly one leader. But I just remember Pridak having, like, a big part in it, and a big say of planning stuff out. But does he look like a shark? Yes, kind of. And my favorite feature of Pridak is probably his weapons, his feet, and then number 1 being his head, because I think it looks very cool with the double fins, kind of orca-looking thing. So post in the comment section, did you like Pridak? Was he one of your favorite? Do you have a storyline? Because, like I said, I mean, I could open Biosector and give you, like, a storyline. Maybe I'll do that for the rest of the Barraki. I will do that. But, you know, anything can help to help this review. You post in the comment section. You guys have been doing a great job. For those of you who call these videos fake for some reason, you're just being a troll. Please get off. I edit this, and sometimes there are random jump cuts, and that's just what happens. It's not that the video's fake. It's just because I don't want any bad things to be in the video. I guess you could call this a function. But yeah, thanks for watching this video review of Pridak. I hope you enjoyed me building in fast motion again. We haven't seen that in a long time. I will be reviewing all the rest of the Barraki separately. Next, we will be reviewing Kalma, and this is LegomationStudio signing off. Oh, wait. I'm trying to shoot the camera. Let me see if I can hit it. Oh, not even.